InfoX is broadcast live on AFN on the Pentagon channel and available on the World Wide Web from usag.vicenza.army.mil or livestream.com/AFN Europe. Viewers may address questions to this forum by going to the Vicenza Military Community Facebook page at U.S. Army at Vicenza, Italy. You can also reach the Facebook page from the Garrison homepage. As always, everyone in the Vicenza Military Community is invited to attend here in person at the arena on Caserma, Italy. Just a reminder for those here in the arena with us a little later in our program, please use the microphone when it's provided to you so that we can hear your questions and comments. Please note that in this forum we do not address personal matters of a legal or medical nature, issues that can be addressed using the chain of command, or issues submitted using inflammatory or derogatory language. And with that, sir, we'd like to begin with a welcome from our garrison commander, Colonel Robert Minnis.
All right, welcome everyone to the first information exchange of 2014. In case anyone showed up here in January, we don't have one in January based upon all the holiday events and half-day schedules and block leave, so this is the first one. Hopefully the new year is turning out for everyone as they had hoped. And as Graham mentioned there, it is a beautiful spring day out. I hope it's the first of many, but we shall see. We have lots of great information to put out today, as well as some recognitions of some great volunteers in our audience. And I believe we're also starting off the kickoff of the Black History Month. So that's, I think that's going to be our first topic. So with that, we'll get started. I think we've got a full plate ahead.
Absolutely, sir. And at this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Steve Roberts from the U.S. Army Garrison Vicenza, Directorate of Plans, Training, Mobilization, and Security to the podium to help us kick off this year's Black History Month. Mr. Roberts.
Good afternoon. The month of February is designated as African American Black History Month. This month, we recognize the courage and tenacity of so many hardworking African Americans whose legacies in education, military service, science and technology, leadership and public service, and business and industry are woven into the fabric of our nation. They are people who overcame adversity and achieved great things for the benefit of all. The theme for this year is Rooted in Strong Roots: Family, Faith, and Food. To support the entire Vicenza military community, the Equal Opportunity Office is hosting 2 observances this month. The first observance is on Caserma Dale Den on Monday, February 10th at 15:30 in the multi-purpose room. The second observance is 2 weeks later on Caserma Elderly, Tuesday, February 25th at 15:30 at the Golden Line. You are cordially invited to attend both observances. Please join me, the U.S. Army Garrison Vicenza Garrison Commander, Colonel Minnis, and the U.S. Army Africa Chief of Staff, Colonel Almeida, as we cut a cake celebrating the beginning of this year's African American Black History Month.
Please join us afterwards in partaking of the cake. This morning we have 4 hot topics. Starting us off first is Miss Julia Sibilla, who will update us on the issues from the Army Family Action Plan Conference.
Hello and good afternoon. It's my pleasure to update the community on the results of the AFAP conference that we had in November. As part of the AFAP process, following the conference, we have an outbrief with the command, and we tell them what the delegates discussed and how they voted on the issues that were submitted by the community. This year we had almost 50 issues submitted, and they were discussed by 47 delegates, and they were prioritized in each group. So there were 6 of them that were prioritized, and we briefed the CG and the garrison commander on those. But I'd like the community to know that the AFAP process does not stop with the conference. That's really the beginning of the command's involvement with these issues. And we conducted the steering committee meeting recently with Mr. Walls, and the committee went through each of those issues and assigned them for response to the command group. And I'd like to tell you where we stand on that. One of the 6 issues, the first issue, child, youth, and services registration, process for the transitioning students. Thank you. That is the only issue of the 6 top issues that will move forward to the mid-level conference in Europe. And that's an issue that involves more than the Vicenza community that could impact the Army worldwide. So it will go there for further consideration. The other 5 issues were deemed to be local issues, and I would say it's safe to say that the next day after the conference, many of these issues were already being worked by the agencies that have them. And of the 5, beginning with the transportation for the students from the Camp Darby installation to Florence. Second issue, expanding healthy school options for the high school kids. The acute care clinic on Caserma Ederle. The behavior of soldiers in public. And the last one involved the Halloween event. Of these 5 local issues, 4 of them already have active groups working on resolution. And it's safe to say, sirs, that we will have resolution to all of them by our next year's conference. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sibilla. And now I'd like to invite Mr. Aaron Talley, the AFN Vicenza Station Manager, with some announcements about changes affecting service. Mr. Talley.
Thank you. Next slide, please. So some of you may have noticed with your AFN decoders lately that if you have an older decoder, that it's being turned off, and you turn it on, all you have is a Pentagon channel. The reason for that is some changes that we're doing at AFN. We are migrating to a digital signal later this year, not determined yet exactly when, but when that happens, only the newest decoders will function. And if you have an older decoder that is not one of the new Cisco D9865s, the new digital decoder with the HD input in the back, if you do not have one of those, it will not work at that time. What we're doing now is trying to determine how many decoders are out there still in use of the older decoders. So what they've done is they've taken the list of all the decoders, and one at a time they're sending an email to the last known user and then waiting for a response. They don't get one back. They shut the decoder off, so all you get is the Pentagon channel, and it says on there, if your decoder is shut off, please contact this number. And then if they don't get a response within a certain amount of time, then they just shut it off completely and assume it's not in use anymore. So if this happens to you, all right, and it's a decoder that you purchased personally, you have to go onto the back and get the UA and TID number and go to our website at myafn.net, and there's a button that says Manage My Decoder. You click on there, you type the numbers in, it'll ask you for some information, including your DROS is the main thing to make sure you're an authorized user, and they'll turn it back on again. Now, the issue comes for decoders that are not personally purchased but are just older decoders, such as ones issued by the housing office. If you've been issued an older decoder, so you've been here for a while and you got one from the housing office, and that gets turned off, you can't turn it back on because you're not the authorized user for that decoder. The housing office is. So what Mr. Smith has asked is that if that happens to you, please contact the housing office and they'll swap out your decoder and get you a new one that's been registered. And the benefit to that is you'll get the HD decoder, so you get the HD sports channel, which is pretty nice for those of you that had tried it out on channel 11. So what also has happened, and we apologize for those of you living in Villaggio and on base where there's cable systems, is that many of those decoders are also older decoders, and they're going through and shutting those off, and we're having to catch them when they shut them off. So that's why a few channels have gone out in Villaggio over the past few months. We apologize for that. When we identified it, we've gone back and fixed it, and as of now, the housing office has installed all new decoders in Villaggio, so Villaggio should be good to go from now on. There should not be any more loss of channels there in Villaggio. Once again, we apologize for that. The other problem here on base, if you happen to live here on the Caserma in the barracks, is that the TKS manages the cable system here on base. So it's a couple levels away from us. So I understand people want to call AFN when AFN goes out, but if you're in the barracks or if you're on base, it's actually a commercial company that manages that cable system. And Mr. Smith has been very helpful in determining and getting TKS to lock down, because for a while there, the trouble line didn't work either, so you call them up and we'll get an answer. So we'll be putting this number on our Facebook page as well, but the number to call on post is 0444-216-216. So 216-216, and that's a local call, but it will be transferred to Germany in 24 hours, and they'll set you up with a help desk person up there in Germany to figure out why your AFN's out. So if you're in the barracks, you lose AFN, it's not working, that's the number to call. So it's 0444-216-216. Okay, so that's Bellagio, that's the barracks, and that's the decoder issue. Are there any questions on that before I hit a couple other things? No? Okay. And once again, we're transitioning here at DMA, trying to get to all digital signal. It's going to happen at some point later this year, so please do not buy an older decoder. If you see one online or at one of the marketplaces or anything, don't buy an older decoder if you can help it, because at some point in the next year or so, it will not function anymore. A couple things I wanted to point out real quick while I have your attention too, though. Tomorrow morning, I want to remind everyone that the National Prayer Breakfast is happening. It starts at 7 o'clock at the Golden Lion, but the tickets are already put out for that. But what we're doing here at AFN is we're actually going to stream the event live. We're going to start our stream at 7:30. So if you are would like to take part in that, but you can't make it there, at 07:30, if you go to afneurope.net, it'll be streamed live there the same way that the InfoX is now. So that's happening tomorrow. And one last plug for our new internet radio service, AFN 360. You can go onto our website and listen to AFN on the radio. It's really important that we use this service. It's one of these things that they can track how many listeners we have. And so the more you guys use that as your method for listening to AFN, the better. It's internet radio. It sounds great. You can listen to it anywhere in Europe. You can listen to AFN Vicenza. So there's no signal restrictions with behind a mountain or in a valley, or as long as you have a data service. And if you're on your iPhone, you download the AFN Europe app, listen to it on your iPhone anywhere in Europe. So it's really a great service. So go to our website, afneurope.net, click on Vicenza, and there's going to be right there is going to be the AFN 360 link. So that's all I have. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Talley. Now we turn to our Health of the Force segment. We'll turn to Captain Carrie Eckard on the other end of the table for some wellness services that you'll want to be aware of.
All right. Well, good afternoon. I'm Captain Carly Eckard. I'm the dietitian at the health center. Today, I just want to go over some wellness services that we have available. They're listed up here on the screen, and these are all services that are available without a referral, so you do not need to go through the primary care clinic. For nutrition, we have individual appointments with myself, or you can also come to something like a commissary tour that's offered every third Wednesday of the month. I also teach a nutrition for performance class that's offered through the Wellness Center. The Wellness Center itself has several services as well, as far as metabolic and body composition testing, tobacco cessation, fitness assessments, biofeedback for stress management, and a healthy sleep habits class. All of those services are completely free, but please just stop by and make an appointment. The numbers are also listed on the screen, or 044461 9000 or 0444718186 for the Wellness Center. And then finally, a new service that we have through the Health Center is through dermatology to do cancer screenings. So if you have questions about family history or anything to deal with a cancer screening, you can make an appointment, and those will be offered once a week in the upcoming months.
Thank you, Captain Eckert. Now we'll hear about one of the great benefits of military service, access to free tax assistance, from Captain Matt Schulz, OIC for the Tax Center. Captain Schulz.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's my first time, sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Captain. Oh, let me help you out here. Did I not do it right? All right. Really my first time doing this. Okay.
We love you, Matt.
Yeah. Thanks, sir. So, good afternoon. There, working. My name is Captain Matt Schulz. I'm a judge advocate with the USAG JAG office. More importantly for today, and for the reason why I'm here, is I'm the OIC of the 2014 Vicenza Tax Center. And I'm here to formally announce that as of yesterday, the Vicenza Tax Center is open for business. We're ready to take any and all people to come in and assist you with the preparation and filing of your income returns for state and federal. Big point I want to emphasize here is all our services are completely free. So that's filing this year's returns. If you may have forgotten to file a previous year's return, or if you need to amend this year's or previous year's return, we can assist you with all that, again, completely for free. A little bit of information about the Tax Center. Who's going to be preparing your taxes? Our tax center is staffed with qualified soldier, civilian, and volunteer tax preparers, all of whom have been trained and certified directly from the IRS. Okay, so the people know what they're doing. They're extremely competent in their work. On top of that, all work completed within our tax center is reviewed by a supervising attorney, that's me, before we e-file, we electronically file any of our tax documents to the IRS for you. On top of that, our tax preparers are ready to walk you through your entire tax return, both state and federal. A lot of times you may have done your taxes in the past and you don't know why you're getting a refund of X amount of money, or maybe you owe amount of money. What we're going to do for you is we're going to walk you through each and every one of the tax forms we prepare for you and explain why it is your taxes are what they are, to give you a little bit of knowledge on how taxes work. I know that might not be the most interesting thing, but it'll give you a little bit more power each year to know what you should be seeing on your tax returns. In addition, just to give you an example of the type of work we're doing in the tax center, we've been unofficially open for the past week. We've already processed over 200 returns. We've saved over $52,000 in tax preparation fees to the Vicenza military community. And on top of that, we've achieved $590,000 worth of tax refunds in less than a week. So that's the type of service we can provide to you. Again, it's completely for free. And I'll direct you to the slide for some of our basic information. We're located in the JAG office, which is building 241, which is all the way down 6th Street past the Auto Center. We're going to be open 5 days a week for you, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, although Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are for walk-ins. Those are for simple returns. So if you have a W-2, not much else, we'll be able to take you on a walk-in basis. If, however, you have any of the issues addressed there on the slide, rental property, capital gains, if you have any foreign income you've received, if you want to itemize your deductions, if you're amending a prior year's return, those are the sorts of things we'd like to have you come in with an appointment for, and those are given on an hour slot basis on Tuesdays and Thursdays. In addition, what you want to bring with you to make sure that you're ready to go when you get into the tax center so we don't have to send you away looking for more information. Bring your military ID, your W-2 at a minimum, any other tax forms you received, 1099-Is for interest, 1099 divs for dividends, if you receive any retirement income, anything like that, any 1098s for school-related expenses. All those tax forms you need to bring in with us because we have to make sure that those are reflected on your tax return, because if you're getting a copy of it, the IRS has already gotten a copy of it. Also, the Social Security, you don't need your cards, but if you have your Social Security numbers for yourself, any spouses or dependents you have, we're going to want to include those on the returns. Also, if you have a foreign dependent or spouse who does not have a Social Security number, and in the previous years they've received an ITIN, Individual Tax Identification Number, make sure you bring that back in. If you haven't gotten that in the past, we'll walk you through the application process so we can get your dependent an identification number for their tax return, or your tax return, I should say. If you have a copy of your 2012 return because you didn't have it done within our office last year, bring that in. It might help us move things along a little quicker for you. Also, it can help you explain some changes that may have happened in between 2012 and 2013. Also, really important is your bank information. That's your account number and your routing number. That's the only way we're going to be able to get you the quickest direct deposit refund, which, as I know, is most important for everybody out there. And also, if you will be signing for your spouse, only one of you will be coming signing, we're going to need the power of attorney that you're going to be using to authorize yourself to do that. Okay? And just as a quick warning for everyone out there, we're currently in the works of setting up a satellite office on Caserma del Den. We have a location. We're just working through the logistics of it right now, and there'll be more information to follow on that. And if you would like some more information, if you have any questions or you'd like to set up an appointment, our DSN is 634-7316, and you can call that commercial at 0444-717316. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Schulz. And now we'd like to take a break in our program to recognize our youth and adult volunteers of the month for December and January. I invite Allie Valerie, Army Community Corps Program Manager, to the microphone.
All right. As we did not have a InfoX in December, we're going to be presenting 2 months worth of volunteers. So the Vicenza Army Volunteer Corps is pleased to announce both the December and January volunteers. First is our Adult Outstanding Community Volunteer for December, Shauna Tarshis. She was nominated by the 2nd of the 503rd HHC FRG. Shauna became the FRG treasurer in June and immediately began organizing the books and financial information. She's a strong, positive presence within the FRG and has spent countless hours baking goods for the bazaar. She consistently goes above and beyond expectations. She gives the FRG 110%, and the FRG is incredibly grateful to have her as a part of the organization. Thank you, Shauna. Our next volunteer is for the youth for December. It is Mariah Marbut, and she was nominated by the American Red Cross. Mariah is an outstanding member of the Red Cross Club from the Vicenza High School. As a member of the club, she's responded to all volunteer requests for community and Red Cross events. Dependability is definitely a characteristic that she exhibits and is enthusiastic about contributing her time and energy to the Red Cross Club by being involved with the community. Her contributions reflect in a positive aspect upon the American Red Cross. Thank you, Mariah. The Adult Outstanding Community Volunteer for January is Mark Gregory, nominated by CYSS Sports and Fitness. Coach Gregory is an instrumental part of the CYSS Sports and Fitness. Mark is currently volunteering and taking on the task of coaching 3 separate basketball teams. He's always willing to coach throughout any sports season and also volunteers his time to assist with our clinics and camps during the summer. His dedication and commitment to our program is phenomenal. Thank you, Mark. Okay, and the Youth Outstanding Community Volunteer for January is Shanae Cook, nominated again by the American Red Cross. Shanae greatly assists the Red Cross with the disaster relief, creating a map for the office and a disaster plan, and photocopying disaster coloring sheets that were disseminated to the elementary schools at the health fair. She also is a volunteer and uses her design skills to create beautiful flyers to market the Red Cross events. She assists with keeping our Facebook page up to date, frequently posting safety tips to the community. She's also taken on the task of running a book and a magazine collection for the San Bortolo Hospital for English-speaking patients. She's a positive role model for other youth in our community, and we're incredibly grateful for all of her help. Thank you, Shanae. All right. And if y'all can stay up here for a little bit. All right.
Now I'd like to invite Luca Harbison, our Youth Center Director, to help with the presentation for the award of the Youth of the Year. All right. This time we want to announce the Youth of the Year, Rachel York, if you'd come forward. The Vicenza Teen Center is proud to recognize Miss Rachel York as the U.S. Army Garrison Vicenza Youth of the Year. Being named Youth of the Year is the highest honor a Boys and Girls Club of America member can receive. The title recognizes outstanding contributions to a member's family, school, community, and the Boys and Girls Club, as well as personal challenges and obstacles overcome. Congratulations. York's competitors in the Youth of the Year contest also included a trio of seniors who all deserve an honorable mention. They are John Luca DeCaro, who could not be with us today because he's in a school engagement, Eugenia Johnson, who is with us, if you come forward, and Abby Valerie. Each of these 3 individuals also had outstanding applications to the competition, so it's a great community. Thank you.
A round of applause all day.
Congratulations again to our Youth of the Year and our volunteers. At this point in the program, we go across the table for additional community announcements from our service providers. So anything else? AFIS? Ms. Christie.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm Cindy Brown. I'm the main store manager at the Vicenza main store. And just a reminder, of course, 14th February is Valentine's Day. So starting this Saturday, we're going to have a really neat event. We've got some Valentine boxes that were created by our various facilities and departments within the main store. Customers can vote on their favorite, and they'll have a chance to win a $100 gift card. We'll also be doing ready-made gift baskets and made-to-order. So if you find a selection of items you want in the store, go ahead and let our folks either at the jewelry counter or central checkout know that, and we can make a gift basket for you at no charge. And on Valentine's Day itself, we have coloring sheets for the children. So if they go ahead, they come in, they can color those, turn those into our central checkout folks, and they'll receive a nice little Valentine's treat on Valentine's Day. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. DPW, anything?
Just one quick announcement, a reminder that this Saturday from 6 to 9, we have a power outage base-wide here on Cassandra Ederle. Power will be restored shortly after 9. Thank you.
That's in the morning. Correct. All right. And heading down to DFMWR.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon. Just one quick one. This weekend, Friday and Saturday night, we got some great live entertainment at the Soldiers Theater, a cabaret. I think most of you hopefully saw the advertisement, but there's still tickets available. It's a fun, fast-paced, high-energy, entertaining event that there'll be Prosecco and snacks and lots of fun. So please don't say that there was nothing to do this weekend and that you're bored. To sign up or to get the tickets, go to the MWR Facebook page. There's a link to the email address and the phone number and stuff. And while you're there, please check out also all the other events that are coming up over the next couple weeks for MWR. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bradford. Anything from the Health Center? Colonel
Yes,
Barr?
good afternoon. Just a quick reminder that this afternoon at 15:30 in the theater, we'll be holding our community town hall to discuss the closure of the birthing center, same-day surgery services, and OB-GYN services. So I just wanted to put that out and welcome you there and look forward to seeing all of you at that event.
Thank you, sir. Anything additional, Captain Eckard? No, nothing additional. All right, at this time, we want to open up the microphone for any community announcements from the audience that you may have. And we ask today that if you sign up on the clipboard that we have so that we can better provide a service in continuing to put out your information through AFN. It helps them to edit it down pretty quickly. So if you don't mind lining up on this side of the room, any additional announcements for the community? All right, Sergeant Williams, just introduce yourself. Give us your 30-second announcement.
All right, I'm Staff Sergeant Williams, your boss president here in Vicenza. Just have a few announcements I'd like to let the community know about. We have, see up here on the board, 14th of February, we have 2 great trips that'll be closing for registration. One going to Dublin, Ireland, St. Patrick's Day weekend, and another April is a cruise going through the Mediterranean. Both those trips close for registration on February 14th. For more information on those, you can go to WebTrack. At February 18th is our next box bowling night. Every third Tuesday we do this here at the arena. It's free bowling, free pizza for all single soldiers and geographically separated soldiers. And there's the information up there for the Dublin and Boston and the Mediterranean cruise trips. Also, 2nd of March is a free ski trip going through ODR. Boss has secured some seats. It's free to the single soldier. All they have to do is provide their equipment and expenses on the mountain. For any other information, you can contact myself or follow us on the Boss Facebook page.
Thank you. VCC, I think. Quick change of microphone here.
Test.
All right.
My name is Patty Francis. I'm president of the Vicenza Community Club, and we are marking 40 years here on Caserma Ederle with our Ruby Jubilee on February 22nd. It's a masquerade gala and live auction. Cost is $40 a person, and you may make your payment at the drop-off box at the thrift shop. Also that evening is Parents' Night Out at the CYSS, so there will be babysitting if you need it, and we look forward to having you all come out that evening. Also, we'd like to thank you for your continued support of the thrift shop. Continue shopping there, because when you buy, we give back. Thank you.
Thank you. Red Cross.
Hi, Wade Walren with the American Red Cross. I've got a few announcements here. We are having a babysitter boot camp. So if you want to become the ultimate babysitter or have a child come to become an ultimate babysitter, this is the way to do it. It's going to be held on March 8th and 9th. They learn babysitting skills, pet first aid, and pediatric CPR. So not only will you be able to take care of the kids, you'll be able to take care of the pets as well. So good information to have. We also have a blended learning class this next coming up Wednesday. Blended learning is, so if you only have 3 hours to give to learn CPR, first aid, AED, you can sign up for this course, and we do it on, part of it's online, part of it's in the classroom. That's our morning class from 9:30 to 11. If you were interested, get in touch with our office before Monday afternoon. Let's see what else we have going on here. And for the first time, we're offering a course on March 21st and 23rd. It's called Wilderness and Remote First Aid. It's a 2.5-day course, so if you're one of these types of people who likes to get out in the wilderness, do some hiking, want to learn how to provide first aid assistance to somebody when you can't get out to anybody else, cell phone doesn't work. This is a great course. Minimal cost, $55 for 2.5 days worth of training, and you learn a whole heck of a lot. So if you're interested in that, get in touch with our office. And I don't want to use up much more time, so we'll just leave it at that.
Thank you. Mr. Lou Smith from Housing.
Good afternoon, everyone. We do have a slide on this one. Illegal frequencies. What we mean by this is illegal use of frequencies. And we're not talking military frequencies. We're talking frequencies used for household appliances. These are the things like cordless telephones, wireless baby monitors, walkie-talkies for the kids, maybe even a remote-controlled airplane or a helicopter or something like that. We're getting a problem. We were contacted towards the end of November by the Ministry of Economic Development for Communications because they had people out with a specialized vehicle scanning frequencies, and they found that we have a number of U.S. personnel that are utilizing these kind of devices that are not CE approved. Now, CE stands for Conformità Europea, which means that it's certified for use in Europe, and it will not encroach any other frequencies. The problem is people have purchased these items in CONUS or through internet. They're FCC approved probably, but they cannot be used in Italy. Now, we facilitated with the ministry. We've gone out, coordinated with occupants, explained the situation. They've removed those appliances, unplugged them. They can't use them any longer. But the problem persists. Since we found out about this towards the end of November, we now have it with the CPF, Central Processing Facility. We've worked with ACS to get it in Benvenuti. So all incoming personnel are being notified. Check your appliances. Make sure it has the CE symbol on it, or otherwise unplug it and stow it. Do not use it. We were told, we had a meeting with the Veneto regional director for the ministry, and he said, look, the minimum fine is 1,000 up to 5,000 euro if you're caught using these appliances without a CE approval. You can also be cited for a criminal offense if you use those appliances. Now, so far, they're playing nicely with us. They want to fix the problem. We're trying to get the word out. We certainly don't want to see anybody in this room or anybody on this installation receive a fine like that. So what I'm asking is if you can please get this out to everybody, right down to the soldier level, all your civilians. We're doing our best with Outlook, getting the word out. It's not the new arrivals that are going to be the issue. It's folks that, like yourselves, may have been here for a couple of years, are using a cordless phone, going to go home, check it, and you're going to see it doesn't have the CE symbol, and go, hey, I've been using this for 2 years. That Lou Smith's full of it. Why? My cell phones work. Everything works. There's no disturbances. I'm going to keep using it. That's the wrong answer. If it's not CE, or if you're unsure, unplug it, and then bring it by our office. We'll get it checked out. We're not frequency experts, but we'll establish that you can or cannot use it, but don't risk it. Now, in all the conversations with these guys, why this is becoming a phenomenon right now is that the major cell phone providers have been given expanded frequencies. They pay a lot of money to have that space, and they are bombarding the Ministry of Economic Development saying, hey, if you want our money for these frequencies, fix the problem, because I've got no reception in these areas. So they're on it. They're going to continue to tour the area with their van. They'll contact us, and while they're playing nicely now at the beginning, okay, but they will start issuing these fines. So please get this word out. I can't stress how important it is. The last slide here, if you do have to replace that item that you've been using, let's say you find out it's not CE approved, if you purchase from any PX in Italy, they only sell CE approved appliances. If you go to any reputable electrical company in Italy, it's only CE approved. Avoid the cheap market deals. If you go to a market stall and it looks like it's too good to be true, then it is too good to be true. It's probably not CE approved. And what we found from drilling down into this is that there are some appliances with a C and an E, but they don't stand for the conformity of European standards. They stand for China export. And I'll tell you, I've seen one of these, and it's very difficult to see the difference. As you can see, the C and E are a little bit closer together. The regular one, they basically follow two circles. The other one, it's squished. But don't risk it, only from a reputable company. Any questions on frequencies? I'd just like to leave on one final note. We have been extremely lucky with the persistent rains that we've been getting. We certainly did not have any flooding incidences like we did 2 years ago where we had some serious floods. We had some minor incidents. We're taking care of that, working with landlords, but we're not out of the woods yet. You know, there are forecasts that we can have continued rain here, and possibly we could get to a flood situation. I just want to remind you that help is a phone call away. The housing office has 24/7 on-call personnel that can assist you, whether you're civilian, military, where you live in Villaggio, government lease quarters, private rental. You can call our EOC on post. That's 634-7867 or 0444-717867. They'll contact our on-call personnel, and we will help to coordinate assistance. That could be pumps. That could be if your power's out, get an electrician to you. We'll either work with a landlord or with our technicians. And if it gets to be a severe case where you are flooded or lack of power, we'll work with you to get temporary accommodation. So we're there to help. Don't forget about us. If you need it, call that number. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I believe I have a slide as well. My name is Abby Eason. I'm the TBI nurse coordinator, educator at the health center. And I'm just wanting everyone to be aware of some activities we have coming up for Brain Injury Awareness Month, which is March. So some of these might occur before the next InfoX. One thing that I'm very excited about is it's going to be a little bit new this year. Some of you might have been aware of some of our activities in previous years, is we have 2 TBI awareness panels that are going to be happening. So one is on March 10th, and it's going to be at the Post Theater. So we have 4 patients, TBI patients, former and current, that are going to be brave enough to come out and tell their stories about TBI, how it's affected them personally in their careers as well, their Army careers, what prompted them to get treatment, and we also have the TBI experts in the community. So some of the providers, also some of those military providers that are out there too. So, you know, there's been over 280,000 soldiers that have been diagnosed with TBI since 2000, and what you may not know is that 84% of those TBIs actually occur in garrison. So it's not just TBI doesn't just happen in the deployed setting. So it's something to be aware about, and you know, since June 2013, there's new guidelines that the Department of Defense has put out that anyone with a TBI, anybody with a motor vehicle accidents with collision, rollover, or a blast event, which we're hoping there's no blast events in garrison, but or a blow to the head or command directed, has to be evaluated within 12 hours. So by a medic or provider. So a lot of people don't know about that. That's on duty or off duty. So those are new guidelines that have been put out. I think there's still a lot of education to be done in the community with the soldiers. So we're going to be putting that out a lot more in March. You're going to be hearing a lot more about that. So I encourage you, if you're active duty, if you're a family member or a community member, to come out to the Post Theater on March 10th. And then there's also going to be an event on Delta Inn, March 13th. It's 1500 to 1630. So hopefully it allows for a little bit more participation with that. And I know some of you may feel that TBI, you hear a lot about it, but it's something that's still occurring. You know, we see a lot of people through the clinic. The earlier intervention, the quicker we get you back to work and the less symptoms that you might have later on. So it's important. It's still an important topic. No, thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Staff Sergeant Koda. I'm with the Public Health Command. I got a quick message for the vet clinic. All right, so they're going to be switching over to a new online record keeping system, which is going to reduce the operating hours over at the vet clinic. And so that's going to start on the 31st of March, and it's probably going to go for at least 4 weeks following that implementation. So it's going to be like extended appointment times and reduce appointment availability. So hopefully it doesn't go past the 4 weeks. We just ask for everybody's patience, and if you have any questions, you guys can call the vet clinic. It's 635-4841, and the commercial is 0444-71-4841. There's going to be information posted on the Garrison Facebook page as well as the command channel. So please just be patient, and we'll get your pet seen as soon as we can. Thanks.
Hello. Um, thanks. Hello, my name is Melody Carter, and I would like to tell you I'm a Vicenza Girl Scout, and starting tomorrow is Girl Scout cookie season, and it will be going until March 7th, and yeah. I'm really nervous, by the way. Cookies are great.
Hi everyone, my name is Shannon Scheimer. I work at the Teen Center on Post, and we are working with Dr. White at the high school to host a college fair. It'll be held April 22nd from 5:30 to 7:30 in the high school's gymnasium. We're currently looking for volunteers who would be willing to represent their alma mater. You know, our unique location in Italy means that we don't often have college admissions counselors coming here to do high school visits, so we thought the Teen Center would team up with the high school to offer a college fair. So if you've got serious college pride and you want to represent your own alma mater, you can come by the Teen Center and talk to me, and we can get you your own table at the college fair, April 22nd. Thanks.
Hello there, I'm Cody Sontag. Thanks for the opportunity to talk about our program, the Military Family Life Counseling Program. I'm the community MFLAC. I sit over at the ACS building, but I brought along my two colleagues, Gregory McCulloch, and where'd Linda go? And Linda, the stealth mover, is embedded with the 173rd Airborne. Greg covers the two of the battalions in that airborne division, the BSB and the BSTB. And we all together, he's on Del Din solely, Linda goes to both, and then I am in the community on Del Din and also with Getty Air Base. We have this wonderful opportunity to support our service members and their family members with short-term problem-solving counseling. We don't report to command, we don't keep notes, but we maintain a duty to warn. So if anybody's in danger to themselves or others, we're here to help them get to the right place, because we're not the right people for that, but we'll certainly help get you to the right place. So thank you for the opportunity.
Good afternoon. My name is Emmanuel Campos from the Vicenza Military Intelligence Detachment, and we're located on Caserma, Italy at building 242, and today I want to talk to you about the term insider threat. Remember, individuals who hold religious or cultural convictions different from your own are not threatening, and sometimes the threat could be hard to identify. Identifying threats isn't easy, and jumping to quick conclusions based on appearance, religion, or cultural background isn't the way to identify them. If you have any questions, please call the Vicenza Military Intelligence Detachment on our duty phone, 331-172-2142. Also, if you want to report a CI-related incident, you can report on iSalute. Just type it in any internet search engine and just follow the links. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Staff Sergeant Han. I am the NCOIC at the Vicenza Dental Clinic here representing Colonel Shakespeare for Vicenza Dental Clinic Command. We're the Girl Scout girl. She keeps us in business. But Colonel Shakespeare just really wanted to put out that if y'all had any questions, if the community had any questions for dental care or access to care, to please shoot me an email. You can find me in Outlook, and I will get back to you as best I can. Cool.
Thank you. And looks like last announcement.
My name is Allison Wunsch. I'm the Financial Readiness Program Manager and the AER Officer here in Vicenza. And I just wanted to let everyone know we're really promoting this hard, but FINRA, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, is actually sending 2 speakers to come in next Thursday. So this is a great opportunity, free forum on finances, personal finances, finances for your troops, you name it. So there's a ton of flyers that'll be in the back. Please take some. And if you have any questions, you can contact me. Again, my name is Allison Wunsch. You can contact me, call the ACS front desk at 634-7500. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Now, at this point, we'll turn over to Colonel Minist for the open forum portion.
All right, this is my favorite part. where we open this up for questions. So and I think there may be some on, you can write it, if you're watching from home, you can write in some questions on Facebook as well, and we will take those. But at this point, anyone here in the audience have a question? Now, Mr. Walls told me how tough these InfoX were, but I'm beginning to doubt, because this is the second time in a row we haven't had many. Anything from, Julie, I think you got the Facebook, anything from there? Nothing? Okay. First, Sergeant, you got anything closing for anyone in the group?
I see you at the town hall meeting in an hour from now at the theater.
And Chief, I know CG couldn't be here. He's still up on the off-site, but anything for command?
Cool. On behalf of General Donahue and Sergeant Major Stitzel, both of them are TDY right now. CG's on his way back here. First of all, I apologize I couldn't make this session. They're obviously very important for the community. Just want to make two quick plugs. The first one is for the town hall meeting that'll follow on the heels of the first sergeant. Very important discussion piece for the community, and we want to make sure that everyone has a chance to have their questions answered and addressed as we go into that topic with the birthing center. And then the second topic, just a plug for our nurse that was up here talking about the TBI and the behavioral health issues and the panels that they had available and the way ahead on that. My message is for the leaders in the community. As you're out there, whether you're civilian or military, and you have anybody who you have any reason to believe may have an issue with TBI, whether it's documented or not, it is something that should be addressed. And it's something that we want to take of ourselves as leaders to press that message and to address that very directly with the individuals who are affected. One of the key points that she made that I want to reinforce is that the sooner it is addressed, the better the results are. And that's something that a lot of folks don't really understand. They kind of let it sit for a while. And then when they start to address it, the problem has manifested itself at a higher degree. And it is much more effective with early intervention. So please, for the leaders that are out there, encourage your teammates, your families, your friends, anyone that you may think may have had an issue or any kind of head injury, to ensure that they are addressing it. And if they're known and they're documented, partake in those panel discussions and learn a little bit more about it. That's all I've got. It's a great day outside, and hopefully I concur with Colonel Menace. I hope it lasts for a little bit. Cool. Thanks, Rob.
Okay, and any last minute in the Facebook world? Still nothing? Okay. All right. A couple things. One, I just want to thank again everyone that's here and participated today, both either here or over the internet or over AFN. This is a great opportunity for us to share all the information that's going on, and so this is a great forum, and appreciate everyone that participates. Helps make our Vicenza community what it is. I also wanted to point out that we recognize some great volunteers here today for both months, January and February. December and January. And just merely a small portion of the great volunteers we have on this post. We have an amazing community. It was really tough picking out the volunteers to recognize because there are so many great volunteers out there. So it's, again, part of our community that makes it wonderful. I wanted to highlight a couple things. One, frequencies. I want to highlight what Lou said. It's part of our contribution to being a good members of this community here in Italy, and we have to do our part. It's a great thing to be here overseas and to live in Italy and to live in Europe and all the great opportunities, but we have to do our part to be good neighbors. So please go home, check your frequencies on the backs of your phones and your baby monitors and all the rest, and just make sure we're in compliance. And if not, it should be fairly easy to get in compliance. I have been challenged, and I will accept that challenge. I will represent the University of California, Berkeley at the school event for college town hall, and I know the University of California, Berkeley sometimes gets a bad rap with the military, but I am a third generation graduate of University of California, Berkeley, and both father and grandfather were also military ROTC graduates from Berkeley, so it does happen, although we are very few and far between. Don't laugh. Okay. Yeah, we are the only three also, yeah. Okay. And finally, on a serious note, she didn't mention it, but the TBI panel, I'm one of the panel members. I have been diagnosed with TBI. It took me a long time to seek help for it because, like most folks, I tried to ignore it and fight through. And finally, I got to the point where I did seek out some help, and the Army gave it to me, and they continued to promote and select me for command. So it is not a career ender. So I seek anyone that is that has been or has a TBI or thinks they may to seek help. And I'll tell more of the story at the panel. I won't give everything away now, but that was just a little preview. So hope to see you all there. Thanks again for being a great community. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you all for your attendance.
Don't forget the cake. Cake is good.